What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I will be talking about the darkest YouTube playlist because it's no surprise that a lot of people post very disturbing content on YouTube, but somebody made a YouTube playlist which includes 100 plus disturbing YouTube videos. So in today's video, I will be getting a handful of those videos from the playlist to show you guys, and yeah, this video is pretty disturbing. And before I get into this video, I do want to talk about something that happened on my channel recently because so many of you guys are wondering what happened to the childhood actors who became horrible criminal video, and sadly it got deleted by accident because of a YouTube glitch. Because even though that video has been up for 1 full week on YouTube, on my end of the screen for some reason it was showing 2 of the same video, which was kind of weird because that video did say that it was waiting, whatever that means, because like I said, the video has already been up for a full week and that little duplicated video was there for a whole week also. So I decided to delete the duplicated video because I already do have the full video on YouTube, but deleting that duplicated video, for some reason it did cause the actual video to get deleted. So sorry about that, which does suck. It was my mistake because of a YouTube glitch, which does suck, dude. Like, that video, it was a good video. Even though I talked about disturbing topics, like, dude, so many of those stories were good. I mean, I'm not saying that the people in those videos did good things, not at all, but I'm saying that my storytelling, etc., it was pretty good and I was getting better at it. So I'll probably remake that video in the future. I just want to move on from it because I am a small channel after all, and I'd rather make different types of videos every single week. So maybe in the future I could remake it once I am a bigger channel so more of you guys can watch it. But also, a life update. In 6 hours from the time I'm recording, I will be getting my wisdom teeth removed. So I am trying to record this video before I do get the surgery, and that will be about like, what, 6 hours. So I do have enough time to film a video, but sadly I cannot drink water during those 6 hours, and I will be talking a lot during this video. So hopefully my mouth isn't dry, and my mouth is already kind of dry, so it sucks that I cannot drink water for 6+ hours. And this video is a long one, so hopefully I get through this pretty well. And it does not help that my room right now is pretty hot, so I really do want to drink water, but I can't for 6+ hours. But other than that, let's get straight into the darkest YouTube playlist. Why I never became a dancer. So the first video on the playlist is a disturbing video of this black and white girl, and the song playing in the background is called Why You Never Became a Dancer by Whitehouse, who makes power electronic music. This song is a direct response to the video Why I Never Became a Dancer by Tracy Emin. The short film features images of Emin's hometown as she recounts her teenage memories of casual sex and general disillusionment. Also, it's stated that she was 14 and has been doing it with people older than her age. Emin attempts to win the local dance competition to escape to London, but it's hounded by neighborhood boys who she slept with. And Emin says, "As I started to dance, people started to clap. I was going to win, and then I was out of here, nothing could stop me, and then they started slag, slag, slag," which means a woman who has many casual sexual encounters and relationships. Emin recalls that she ran out humiliated, and the video then cuts to an adult Emin dancing to You Make Me Feel by Mighty Real. Then she started to name the boys of her youth, and then she says, "This one's for you." So that scary music video made by Whitehouse was just a misogynistic response to Emin, but the actual scary girl in the video by Whitehouse, it is kind of unknown who it is, but from the looks of it that it was a response to Emin, I believe that the scary black and white girl is supposed to represent Emin, but that is unknown. And that scary music video, I don't even know if you can call it a music video because it's just a video of a weird black and white girl moving and talking, but in the halfway mark, the video just mutes. Like, no music plays. Like, the first half of the video is part of the song, but then the other half is nothing, just muted. So that is kind of disturbing. Killed by brick. Women Killed by Brick is a video that surfaced on gore sites on June 12, 2012, but it's also uploaded on YouTube. Reasons why it's uploaded on YouTube is because the actual video doesn't show any gore, but that doesn't make the video less disturbing. Just a family in the car screaming in horror. The video starts as a normal drive, but on the other lane, a truck filled with bricks approached the family's car. The brakes on the truck were not secured, so some of the brakes flew out of the truck and one flew directly into the passenger seat, which hit a 29-year-old Olga. She had her skull split open completely and was rushed into the hospital so they can try to revive her, but after 2 hours of trying, they pronounced her dead. Even though this video doesn't show any gore, that doesn't make the video less disturbing because you could hear the horrifying screams of the father and the child. Pete the Meat Puppet. Here comes Pete, he's a meat puppet. An anonymous artist made a video in 2008 about a puppet made out of meat named Pete. The video started with him singing about his life and shows that his maker was lonely, so she made a puppet made out of meat. Once she breastfed him, it gave him breath, which is a verse of the song, so now he's alive, but when she breastfed him, she died and told Pete to find the meaning of life. He got a job at some type of McDonald's place where they made him the mascot of the franchise. Once he got rich, he started to get addicted to cocaine and going to strip clubs. He even got canceled because of a sex tape of him with a cow got leaked, so he lost everything he had. In one scene, he starts to eat his legs because he doesn't have any food because now he's poor. This video is very strange, and in my opinion, this video does have a pretty good message, and what I believe the message to be is that no matter how successful you are, you should always think twice before doing anything, because just like with YouTube, many content creators, they do get canceled for stupid things that they regret doing. So what I'm getting from this video is that you should always think twice before doing anything because you do not want to end up like Pete the Meat Puppet. Willowbrook State School.
Lying on the floor naked and smeared with their own feces.
So this video was pretty disturbing because it involves kids in the worst living conditions. Willowbrook State School was originally a hospital for mentally handicapped children where people just dump them if they are garbage. And most of them were abandoned by their own families, and some were even forced to go there due to foster agencies. The school got too crowded, so staff couldn't do anything about it, and the kids slept on the floor with ripped clothes or without clothes. It was very unsanitary because they weren't bathed, so they would just walk around covered in their own feces. Some got sick because of the poor living conditions, and many have died. Since it was overcrowded, a lot of kids were just locked in rooms for hours, and staff even abused the children. It gets worse because every year the funding gets cut, so the conditions get even worse. Luckily, it closed down in 1987, and there's honestly way more to this story, but sadly I can't talk about it too much because if I did talk about this a lot, then this video could possibly be an hour long just because of all the horrible things that happened in that school. And supposedly this place is haunted by the spirits of the children who did die in the building, so it is incredibly sad and it's just very messed up, especially the staff. Like, it was already overcrowded and they were just doing horrible things to these children. Michael Owen and Kyle Careford.
We said, bruv. I said, sleep, man. I said, no, man. No, right.
In 2015, Kyle Careford, age 20, and Michael Owen, age 21, from Tunbridge Wells, were under the influence of drugs. Michael was just recording a guy's night out, but since they were under the influence, they were recklessly driving, which sadly they did crash. They were going 90 miles per hour, and in some cases it would seem that they are getting too close to other cars. Sadly, they did crash into a church where they both died. After the police station got the footage, and with the support of the parents of the two victims, they did release the full car crash video to the public. This may seem disrespectful, but it was posted so it could spread awareness on drug-fueled driving and even drunk driving. With over 5 million views, I feel it's safe to say that this video has probably saved lives. This is a type of video that your mom would probably show you so you can understand the dangers of being intoxicated while driving. So to the people watching this video, don't do any type of drug or drink while driving because you are not just putting yourself in danger, you're also putting other people in danger. Which, being intoxicated, it is hard to control and most likely you will get into an accident. Of course, rest in peace to Michael and Owen, and rest in peace to the other victims that I will be talking about in this video. Elisa Lam. In January 26, 2013, a 21-year-old Canadian tourist visited the Cecil Hotel in LA, California. Her name was Elisa Lam. A few days ago, a security camera from an elevator would record her, and in the video, it would seem that she was talking to somebody, but that other person isn't shown on film. She would also keep on looking outside the elevator, and it would seem that she's hiding from someone. 18 days later, the hotel would get complaints from guests saying that the water pressure is too low, and one guest even said that the water would be black and seconds later turning back to its original color. After the complaints, the hotel went to the roof so they can access the water tank, and in the water tank was Elisa's naked, deceased body floating around in the water. There's a few theories on her death, and theory number 1, she could have been murdered since you cannot access the roof without a key, and if you do access it, an alarm would go off. But in that day, no alarm went off, so how could she even access the roof? It's most likely not murder because in her autopsy, it didn't show any evidence of trauma, so it doesn't seem likely that she was murdered. Before I get into the next theory, I do want to talk about how weird that elevator video is because that is very important for the next 3 theories. So people believe that her weird movements was due to bipolar disorder, which she does have and was prescribed medicine. But even if it was, the whole getting to the roof thing still doesn't make sense because she still can't access the roof, and if she did, an alarm would go off but didn't. Also, how would she close the lid from the water tank if she's deep inside the tank and won't be able to reach it from the bottom? So that was the second theory since she did have history with bipolar disorder. Theory number 3. In that video, it seemed that she was talking to somebody and people believed that she was talking to the ghost of serial killer Richard Ramirez, who was convicted for 13 murders and stayed in the Cecil Hotel from 1984 to 1985, and he was also a well-known Satanist. So what if she was talking to the ghost of Richard Ramirez, which by the way, that kinda sounds goofy, and honestly, I do not believe that theory, but it is one of the most popular theories for the death of Elisa. Theory number 4 is that she could have been playing the elevator game. I do want to make a separate video talking about paranormal games that you should never play, and maybe I should play a paranormal game. I honestly don't know because a lot of paranormal games involves you being killed, so I don't really know if I will ever do one, but I do want to make a separate video talking about paranormal games. But basically the elevator game is when you go into an elevator and go to different floors in a specific order. Once you're almost complete, a woman will walk into an elevator, but don't talk to her or look at her because she is not human. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I am straight up getting chills by saying that. Like, honestly, I low-key feel like I'm getting watched. Okay, onto the video, but I am legit not joking. And once you finish the game, you will be in another world that's similar to our world, but you will be the only person in that world. So you're basically hopping to a different dimension that you are the only person in that world. And how do you get back to the original dimension, you may ask? I don't know, but I am a believer of the paranormal, and what if Elisa interacted with that woman that you aren't supposed to? So that's why it looks like that she was talking to somebody, and it would kind of explain how she got into the tank considering that there's no other possible ways to get in without a key, so it could have been paranormal. So what if when she was in the other dimension from the elevator game, she went to the water tank? So that's why when she accessed the roof, you couldn't hear an alarm because she was in another dimension. And since she did die in the tank from the other dimension, what if you die in that dimension, you get transported back to the original dimension in that same spot where you died? So that could have explained why she was in the tank, so she could have just teleported in there. I don't know, but it is kind of confusing since we don't really know what the elevator game is, because from the looks of it, if you play the game, you will most likely die. And once again, dude, I am getting mad chills and I'm feeling that I'm getting watched. Like, I'm not even joking, like, I'm serious. But also, Birdie, Tuv, if you're watching this video, this Cecil Hotel is in LA and you're from LA. I'm right next to LA. Mini documentary perhaps, or I don't know, maybe play the elevator game. I don't know about that one because I would not be down. I mean, okay, sorry for that like little reaction, but I legit felt something like behind my shoulder. I'm not even joking, like I swear to God, I am not playing around. I am serious. But yeah, like I said, I kind of do want to play a paranormal game. Maybe not that one, but maybe a game that doesn't involve me getting lost into a different dimension or possibly being dead, because that is not fun. Okay, I know the microphone is not connected, but I am okay. I don't want to make this like too long, but honestly, every time when I mention these words, I don't even want to say it. Something weird happens. I am not playing an act. I swear to God, dude, I am being honest. But when I said that word, literally my window was shaking like this. Okay, it could have been the wind, but like still, it was so creepy. Like right after when I said that word and like the other word, something weird happens. Like those weird house noises you would like normally hear like in your house, like little kind of knocking, I guess, like the weird house noises. I don't even know what you call it, but dude, I am freaked out. And by the way, I just went on Instagram and I saw Birdie. He just got a Tesla, so congrats to that. But also, perfect excuse to take me to the Cecil Hotel because I need answers. So I did take a little small break from recording, so onto the video, I guess. My dead great grandma. A YouTuber that goes by DJ Def Joey posted a video in 2010 showing that he has his great grandma's casket in his backyard. Reasons why he has a casket in his backyard was because the original cemetery that his grandma was buried has closed down, so for the meantime, Joey just took the corpse into his backyard. I'm pretty sure that is illegal to have a dead person in your backyard, and even if it is buried underground in your backyard, that is pretty much illegal in most places. You may think that's a little bit weird, but no, it gets weirder. He decides to open the casket to showcase his great grandma, like if this is some type of unboxing channel. But it gets even worse because then he decides to kiss his grandma's corpse. Yeah, it is super disturbing, the fact that he's kissing a rotting corpse. And you may be asking to yourself, is this real or fake? Well, from research I've done, a lot of people speculate it's fake because if you look at her dress, it looks too white. And also the inside of the casket, it looks fairly new, and there isn't any signs of oxidation. And also, if the body was real, it would look even more rotten than it is shown. So it is most likely a fake, and I'm just gonna say it's fake 100%, even though it's kind of unknown. But just the fact that the inside and that her dress is still perfectly white with no oxidation, it is 100% fake. And also, why would he record a dead person in his backyard? Because like I said, it is illegal in most states to have somebody buried in your backyard. So he is literally recording himself committing a crime if it was real. So in my conclusion, this is 100% a fake. Still disturbing, but it's fake. Cooking idol. This video is called Now an Idol. I probably said it wrong, but translating it means cooking idol in Vietnamese. I don't really know what the doll's name is, but it can be Nana, which is a channel's name, and it can also be Poco Poco, which has that name in some of the videos, or it can also be Queen Anta-chan, since that's what's titled in some of the ant theme videos. And these type of videos were made by Nana825763 in 2006 and till present day, so it is very rare to see these OG YouTubers still making videos today, because I'm pretty sure YouTube started in 2005 and he started making videos since 2006, so he is definitely one of the OG YouTubers. If you look at the channel, the owner is definitely an artist who likes making these type of scary videos, but the video that was in the playlist is probably one of the most disturbing videos that Nana has probably ever made. The video just shows the doll floating around, talking how much it loves red food, so it starts to cook. But what's different between that video and the other video is that the doll is going even crazier than past videos by flying around, disturbing music playing, and the video is already red from the beginning because most of the other creepy videos, it usually gets red in the halfway mark of the video, while this video starts off with being red and demonic. There's even a jump scare of the doll, which by the way, from the other videos, it doesn't seem that jump scares are normal, but this video does have a jump scare. This video has to be one of the creepiest videos on that playlist, and if you want to know the meaning behind this video, to be honest, there isn't really a meaning to this video because this is just an artist making a creepy video, so I guess you can call this just an art project. MOM.avi. Next video on the playlist is MOM.avi, and AVI means an icon or figure representing a particular person in a social media service, video game, etc. But in the video, it shows a light switch and somebody turns it off. Then you see a person in the dark wearing some type of mask while static plays. The mask seems to be some type of skull mask, I believe, and that's pretty much it. The video only has 200,000 views, no history on this being a creepypasta, and nobody on YouTube has ever talked about this video because no one knows what it means. And this video has been up since 2012, and even though I'm supposed to talk about the individual video that was in the playlist, I decided to investigate into the YouTube channel, and the channel is somewhat active since their last video was posted 9 months ago. All the videos are still titled AVI, and I believe this to be some type of ARG, and in case you guys don't know what an ARG means, it means alternate reality gaming, which is a series of YouTube videos with clues, and you basically try to find the meaning by solving the clues in the video by going to multiple videos. So think about it like a wild goose chase that involves YouTube videos. I don't really know how to start an ARG since I am not smart enough, but I decided to get each word from the title and try to create a sentence, and I got something weird. The video title say, "Mom, son, stop here. There you see, dad can come in furnace," which by the way, it is a creepy message, but pretty bad grammar, so I don't know if I solved anything because this could be an ARG. I don't know how to start one, and honestly, these series of videos are just extremely weird, and I believe there's more than what meets the eye. I feel fantastic. I Feel Fantastic is like the first ever creepy video that I've ever watched on YouTube since like 2011, and this video came out in 2008. And before I do talk about this video, I do want to credit Tub because he did make a video talking about this video, and I am going based on his information since he did explain it very well in his video. So credit to him, and I will be leaving a link to that video down in the description below because I did get this information from his video. I Feel Fantastic is a robot named Tara, and she is singing a song called I Feel Fantastic in text-to-speech voice. Many people believe that this video was made by a serial killer since in one part of the video it will zoom into the ground and people believe that a body was buried there. Tub didn't say this in his video, but I'm going based off memory, so take this with a grain of salt. But I remember there was a rumor that the clothes that Tara was wearing was the clothes of the victim that the serial killer killed, but that is not the case because this is just an art project made by John Bergeron. Hi Walter.
Hi Walter. I was at the mall today and guess what happened? I met the most wonderful girl.
Hi Walter is a fake kidnapping video or a Redditor looking dude, and yes, I did steal that joke from Tub because in one of the videos that he did make, he also talked about the story. And like I said, a link to his video will be down in the description below like always. The Redditor talks into the camera saying that he met a wonderful girl at the mall and that she's his girlfriend now. Later it cuts to him going down to the basement where you see the girlfriend tied up on the ground and she's yelling for help. And this video is 100% fake. It was just a little shock video that two people decided to make, and even though it's fake, it's still very disturbing just because things like this do happen in real life. Let Me Hear Your War Cry. Let Me Hear Your War Cry is a very weird video of a drill sergeant and a soldier with distorted faces and yelling, moaning. I don't really know what you call that. But it is a scene from a movie called Full Metal Jacket where a drill sergeant is yelling at the soldier to show his war face, and he starts doing his war face but doesn't look too menacing. This became a meme, so people would remix this, and somebody thought it would have been creepy if they did distort the face, and yeah, this video definitely does look pretty creepy. And that is the end of the darkest YouTube playlist, which by the way, no other YouTuber has made this video, so it is kind of original if you do think about it. So that's pretty awesome that I made an original video idea. But if you guys want, I could make a part 2 since after all in that playlist there is 116 videos, and for this video I only talked about the darkest 12 that I found. So who knows, I could make a part 2, but if you guys made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe because it will honestly mean a lot to me, and thank you for all the recent support because it's just super awesome that many of you guys do enjoy watching my videos, and dude, that warms my heart. And even though I kind of feel haunted right now, like I'm still feeling chills from talking about that story even though I talked about that story like an hour ago. Man, it's kind of creepy stuff, but thank you guys so much for everything like I said, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys, and if my throat sounds super dry, I'm sorry. Like I said, wisdom teeth removal, and I can't drink water for like hours.